All right, this is Mr. Howie. We are right now going to have this in the background. Once I get access to my the Wi-Fi, I'm gonna go see if I can get that Wi-Fi password right now. It should be available to all of us. I should be able to log in via the Wi-Fi as part of most jobs. Use the restroom real quick as well. All right, my hair looks like a little nappy. It's okay. Let's pat it down. That's real quick. We got here early. They were open for us. To glorify. Okay. So as we got my earphones on in my other ear, we got this on in this ear and recording. We're gonna get background. We're gonna let it record the first shift, take a lunch, come to the second shift. We drank a couple bit of water this morning. I know I had not drunk a lot of water, so we gotta make sure we do our water in order to lighten up our urine and kidneys and help our body. So the good news is they got that here. I'm very glad to be out of the house of Shay. Hallelujah. You just don't know. And so also to get back into the mindset of what I always have been in, the engineer. Not only are we going to pass the test, we're going to keep it because this applies to my Cisco voice, which is not taught by most companies because it's such a specialization. But unfortunately, a lot of people have the cert across the world, and I'm not getting those opportunities because of that fact. So it's okay. In the meantime, I'm wearing a headgear. Yep. Yep, I'm wearing a hoodie. I've seen people in here with hats on, so why can't I wear me a hoodie? Haha. Get my headgear, get everything zipped up. Okay. And he got his I am 50-year-old. So I am 50. I got nose hairs. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm going to get where I want to be. Hallelujah. Walk with the feet correct. Wi-Fi. Passcode, please. Okay, cool. I think it's ATG guest is what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I think that one's it.
And the password is ATG guest, the S for $.
You said how? What you said again?
I'll write it down for you.
Okay. Thank you, boss.
And these are all going to be lowercase.
CISSB, ISC2.
All right. Hello, my Ethiopian.
Yeah, Eritrean close.
Eritrea, you from Eritrea?
Yeah.
Close. sorry. Can't see that. Oh, hold on. Personalization. Oh. Yeah. I heard that. That's a background. Okay. 30 minutes. I don't feel. Okay. Alright. And you're here. Okay. Yeah. That's that what like happens, y'all. Let's see if it's the same one. Okay, it's like the text. I guess so. Button text. Button text. Where's that button text? Button text. Hey, good morning.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, you? All right, you are teaching for Security Plus?
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir. My name is Henry. Henry Howard, man.
Sean Mitchell. Nice to meet you.
Thank you for teaching us today, brother.
You
That's
have,
outstanding.
What you got, a book already?
Yeah, I got it on Friday. She gave me already when
What
I
is
came
that?
in.
Is that
The 701? 701, the new one.
Okay.
It came
Guess
out
I got
November
a-
3rd, November 7th, I think is what it is.
Guess I got another book.
Yeah.
An extra one.
Yeah, I got it from Miss Kathy George. She gave it to me on Friday. So I've been studying for the 601, but they came out with that 701. So I said, okay, now we got a little upgrade. I am a network engineer training for cybersecurity. So it's exciting to come into this space of security coming from telecom.
Yeah, my cousin, I guess he calls himself a network engineer. He was in AT&T.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what that? Me too. Did 10
Yeah.
years. Mm-hmm.
Got laid off.
We did. Yep, we all did. 2020, fortunately. Wow. Your cousin, how's he doing now?
Well, he went back to school, got a bachelor's. He got about like 15 certs.
Awesome. Wow, I'm
He's-
trying to get to 15. Wow.
Yeah.
Got the bachelor's, but you graduated. What is his cert specially in? Is he going enterprise
He
or he
wanted
going?
information technology. So he got a
IT.
general
Okay.
IT certificate, general IT bachelor's degree that came with, I guess you would call your basic IT certs.
Yes, sir.
A plus, Staff plus, Security plus.
Yes, sir. Did the basic trifecta. Is he going government to Department of Defense or is he private sector?
Probably not. He's probably gonna just look for whatever he can get at this time.
Right.
He's been out of work for a minute.
Okay. So,
So she told me we had one person, but I see there's two people on the roster.
oh, that's it? Just two of us?
I mean, she told me one.
Oh.
So I see
I'm
another
used to being in
bug,
big
you know.
classes. I had to come from McDonough, so I drive long. She said I could sometimes do virtual, so I want to know if that's okay. Are you doing
I'm
Windows? Okay, you cool with that?
Yeah.
Are you doing what, WebEx or are you doing Cisco,
I'll
Microsoft
send you
Teams?
a Teams.
Teams? Gotcha, gotcha. So where you from? What's your? I'm from Oklahoma, Dallas,
I'm here,
Texas by nature.
Atlanta.
Oh, really? I'm new here. So, wow, wonderful, man. And where did you go to school?
I graduated from July
Wonderful.
College. Yeah.
Outstanding. Yeah, I went to, fortunately, Morehouse and then back to Oklahoma.
HBCU.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, but you know, we never stopped studying. Military is what got me into this world, so.
Feeling that.
Yes, sir.
I just got back from a base in J-Beer.
Oh, yeah.
Military base.
Roger that.
Alaska.
Outstanding. What? Okay. Are you, you served? You vet?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say,
My dad.
what's up, brother?
My dad did.
Outstanding,
So
sir.
the closest I've gotten to is just being able to teach.
Wow, you never won the enlist? I see you married, so I figured you probably
It's too
enlisted.
late now.
Yeah, you know, but
That
when
thing
you were
set
young at
us up.
17, you didn't want to do it at 17 like we did, huh?
So I had options, I guess.
Yeah.
I always ask people, why did you sign up for the military? It's because they didn't have any options. I don't think half of them were there.
Mm-hmm.
Probably more than half of them were not there because they want to be. We need funding for school, and the parents don't have it.
That's what was
So,
me. Yep, 17. That's what I did, so mama could not worry.
which is amazing. I think
Yeah.
that's awesome that the military does that.
Yeah, GI Bill. And, you know, I stumbled into it by accident. I was one of those guys that wanted to be a veteran soldier. I wanted to jump out of airplanes, all that stupid stuff. Which I did, but now I'm like, okay, I'm doing the cyber thing, which down in Augusta, Fort Gordon, what they call it now, Fort Eisenhower. They got this new cybersecurity world that they're trying to push up through the IT space for DoD and upgrade all their telecom and stuff. So that's where I'm trying to get into.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how long you been teaching Security Plus?
2019.
Wonderful.
I started at ATG.
Awesome. So right now you what's your ultimate goal? You want to be like your
I guess
CCIE?
so.
You want to go to expert?
Stay here.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I have
Awesome.
my CCNA.
Wonderful.
Working on my CCNP.
Mm-hmm.
guy here, he instructs, he has a CCIE.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
He's my mentor.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, to be honest, if I got my CCIEs just for bragging rights,
Yeah.
I don't think I want to go into that space.
Yeah. What was it in? What factor? Because now I'm a CCNP collaboration and enterprise, but
They don't have those anymore.
yeah, yeah.
They kind of stripped all of the.
They did in 2020.
specializations.
Yeah. So
They
I'm in
get
the.
you one cert.
So now we're working on this whole what's it called? My core is a collaboration core, telecoms, working on the phones and networks, Sortel, Nortel, all of the Cisco, whatever they have here. I'm not sure what this company has, but
Yeah.
network
We
switches, all
don't
that
have
good stuff.
Cisco IP phones
Yeah.
at all.
Oh, really? What kind of
Analog.
phones they got? Oh,
Analog.
the analog stuff? Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, you're right about that. Well, it's an honor, man. It's an honor to meet a outstanding brother, man, who pushing that CERT game, because we all been trying to push it since it was CCNA Voice and back in 2010.
Yeah, I wish you could meet the other guy. 'Cause you guys would have a lot to talk about.
Oh, if you're CC, yeah, we Cisco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a lot older than I am. He's been in the game way longer, and he's into telecom
Oh, really?
biz with securing
Party networks. Mm-hmm.
That's what he does for a living. He does this as a side hustle.
Wow. Does he come in off? I'd love to meet him just to network.
He might be here. He works Tuesdays and Thursdays,
All right,
but
we'll come in
only
tomorrow.
he has a class.
Okay.
And then when he's here, you'll probably be long gone because you don't come in until night class.
Oh, you just night protocols? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you teach in other classes? Because I'm going to take what's called a Cybersecurity CYS8 in April. Do you teach that by chance?
In April, I don't know who's going to be teaching that for you.
Okay.
He does not. He teaches only Cisco, primarily Cisco courses.
Okay. Well,
Both in April, so that's not going to be me.
I know. It's funny they changed the name, but I've taken my certs since 2010 right here, well, outside over there, in the computer area. I'm like, man, I can't believe it. It's been so long since I've been over here.
I don't know. Do you have a date in April?
Yeah, it's April 22nd. I've already got it set up, but Miss Kathy George is the one that told me the
I
time.
was gonna say, I thought it was.
How you doing, sir?
How you doing?
There's your book right there. Oh, my bad.
Which one? How you
Hey man, how you doing, sir? Good to see you, sir.
I was just saying, I knew I had enough students.
Appreciate it. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I'm guessing you're Ricky.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm Henry, man. Nice to meet you.
Ricky, how you doing?
All right.
Awesome. Oh, I think it was waiting. Whew.
Yeah, it's a long way. I came from McDonough. Where you come
I'm
from?
the chair. I think it was waiting. I'm a little tight.
Oh, you talking about?
I'm actually running the road.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, about 12 minutes away.
Oh, you blessed. Wow. Is it okay to use my laptop? I've already went to the Wi-Fi. Okay.
No worries.
Hey, if you need a Wi-Fi passcode, that's the passcode for Wi-Fi.
No, you should buy it.
I gotta put this up real
Okay,
quick.
yes, sir.
Jane. I just roll in.
Yes, sir.
Computer. You should be able to connect it, right?
I think so. I'm using my own laptop. I
Oh,
don't.
yeah. I didn't bring a laptop.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you can turn the power on the desktop. It'll work. Good.
Yeah, I'm so excited, man. This guy's really good.
Yeah,
So,
I did see that. Yeah, I was like, ooh.
yeah. So, what is your specialty? Are you a network engineer too?
No. I'm honestly, dog. I'm former military.
Me too. Army.
I went and got the degree.
Yes, sir.
In IT cybersecurity, but I went to Strayer and then we didn't really do certification. So I mean, we did what's that saying? Test out.
Mm-hmm.
But it was that test out doesn't really translate into the real world per se.
No, no.
So now I'm out here trying to get all these certifications on my own. Wasting my post-911 GI bill, you know.
Me too. Oh no.
So it is what it is.
Well, I mean, I've been out of court for 20 years now, but I used my GI Bill to get my certs as well. I'm a network engineer,
Okay,
man.
awesome,
I got out 2003
Okay,
after Iraq.
2010.
So you after me? Well, thank you for your service,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, man. Did you go to Iraq, Afghanistan? Oh, did you go to Iraq, Afghanistan too?
Nah, I was Navy.
Oh, okay. Well, where were you stationed? What
Sasebo, Japan.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
You one of those boats, man. What kind of carrier were you on? Destroyer,
Nah, I was
carrier,
on the
frigate?
LPD.
Okay, LPD.
LPD, so we was a training Marine. We trained
Okay,
Marines.
cool, outstanding.
So that's what we did all the time.
Roger that. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Korea, Australia,
Wow.
all of Asia, all of Asia. Like
Wow.
when people talk about going to Thailand, I'd be like, I'm not interested. I don't
Really?
been like 12, 13 times.
Oh, you've been on. God,
Yeah,
I've
I'm
never
not-
been. I was on my bucket list, brother.
Like,
I would love
Australia,
it.
I'm not interested.
You say yeah, is it?
I've been so many times. Like how many times you sit on the beach and smoke cigar on Gold Beach?
Oh, y'all just so blessed. Y'all Navy people get it all. Y'all get to travel. We don't travel. We stay in the woods all day.
Well, the Marines that were training with us got to travel a little bit.
That's true, because they on the folk, but y'all on the fleet.
Yeah, they get
Yeah.
to travel. You know what I'm saying? We take them to Korea and they go out there and train in the negative 20-degree weather, and then we take them to Australia and then they get to have liberty.
How does it make you feel, man? I mean, when'd you come out as a E5?
I did 3 years. I didn't make rank because I started off as undesignated. So
Oh, no.
I went out at I came out at 8-3.
Okay,
And then
okay. So you went undesignated. Okay.
Yeah, so I had to strike my rate. So I thought once I strike rate as logistics, and I
Yeah.
took the test, but I don't even know if I passed or not. I just
What?
got out. Yeah.
Man, Navy is so different. Y'all have these different rates and ranks, and y'all got pass those exams to get promoted. It's pretty.
Well, it's not. It is an exam we do have to take.
Yeah.
It's not running and all that stuff for us.
Yeah, well, thank you for your service, man. That was awesome. It's
You did
awesome.
more. Where did you go?
I was a Fort Benning down south. I was airborne, infantry. You know, grunt dudes, jump with.
First of all, what's your disability?
Oh, right now 60 actually.
Okay, pretty decent.
I can't get. I'm not fighting, as you probably
So
already
your
know.
back, you got your back, your knees, you got everything.
Knee, yeah, I got a
Both
knee
of 'em?
knee replacement. Yeah, I got to get one. Yeah,
Both of your knees?
yeah,
Okay.
but that's life, you know.
Back.
Not the
No, I'm talking
back.
about your
Thank God,
percentage.
not the back.
Your percentage.
Yeah, but I'm 60.
I
I'm
told you,
60.
both your knees.
Yeah. This one's like more no cartilage. This one is still got cartilage, but this one I can't straighten all the way
I'm talking
out.
about your percentage. Do you got the percentages
Of
for
each
your
one?
knees?
Yeah, I can say it's 60 on this one, 20 on that one.
Back, you know, with your back.
I don't know, back I'm pretty good there because I did a lot of squatting and stuff.
Tinnitus.
Tinnitus, how'd you know?
I'm asking. I
Oh,
work at
yeah,
the VA.
tinnitus, yeah.
I work at the VA.
Yeah, oh, you would have, yeah.
So
Oh,
I'm trying to
wow.
link them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get to
Fascinating.
these, you automatically get your back. You can probably get your ankles as well.
I'm talking to a guy, Anvets, about that in
Yeah,
American
you
Legion.
can
I'm
probably get your
talking-
ankles as well. Your back, because knees is connected.
How'd
to
you
the
know
back.
about tinnitus? How'd you know about that?
I work at the VA. I have it 80%. What you mean?
I didn't know because I can't so know about tinnitus.
Did you go anywhere?
Huh?
Did you go anywhere?
Afghanistan,
You
right?
ain't got PTSD?
Well, yeah, that's still we do
I'm
that
asking
sometimes.
about rating.
No, not PTSD. Thank God, I was blessed that I saw stuff, but I was able to deal with it. I'm a minister, so I can kind of handle all that crap that we
I
seen.
mean, you don't have to.
Yeah, you know.
You still can. There's people out here don't have nothing against it. They're paid for.
True,
Because
true.
100% is $4,000 a month.
Oh, I didn't know that. And I was just talking to my frat brother. I'm a Sigma. I was talking to my frat brother. He's a VA rep, and he told me to connect with them. So I'm working with them now for the first time because I'm one of those guys. Well, when I got out, I was like, okay.
Yeah, I can hear it in your voice. You're like, I'm like PTSD.
Yeah.
Like, thank God. I was like, no, brother, no. Get that percentage. Don't do that.
Oh, you really know? Okay, you
Don't do
know.
that. Get that percentage. Don't say nah.
But that's, I didn't want to play with the government. You know how the government is, man. We got two other brothers worse than us. And I'm like, well, I just thank God I ain't as bad as some of my boys. You feel
That's
me?
true, but look, I understand truly. They just was saying that they gave white people,
Yeah.
it was coming out 100%.
Jesus.
Yeah, they had what's called telling black people to put their claims in because the military had a discrimination as
Yeah.
far as like they wasn't giving black people they due justice.
Yes, sir.
The white people coming out, they give them automatic 100%. My daddy is listed as a white man. He's 100%. Yeah, he's listed as a white man.
Well, thank you.
He was like, man, we should change that. The dude was like, no,
Oh,
don't touch that. Don't
For
touch
how
that.
many years he do?
He did 22.
Wow,
22 years.
congratulations. So what branch?
Army.
Oh,
I think he was an E8.
oh wow, Master Sergeant.
Yeah,
Oh,
something like that.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's process up there. He so you followed after your daddy's footsteps. My daddy was in Iraq. I remember VA. He was Vietnam. He
Okay.
was an E3. He didn't. After he went over there, he was like, he never talked about it. So I was like, nah, I got to do my part because he
That's
did.
what
I got to do.
When they say he never talked about it, I mean it was real.
Yeah. You feel me? You feel me?
so-
He never talked about it. He got messed up pretty bad, but he was in mortuary science, which you know that's when you do all the bodies and the bodies and the bodies and the bodies.
So he did a lot of study on Agent Orange.
Almost deaf. Yeah, you know. Yeah, you work in the medical. You know.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's 78.
What's his
Mhm.
percentage?
He's 100. He is. Yeah, he's
'Cause they went
100.
back and all the Agent Orange people, they were just
Mhm.
giving them what's it called. But they was just, and even though they were just giving them cocaine,
Oh,
methamphetamine,
Brandon
heroin.
never
Yeah,
told
they
me
had
that.
barrels of it,
Ooh.
Vietnam, and they gave them the morphine shot.
Of course.
Everybody had 2 morphine shots, and when they come back to base, they have cocaine and weed.
Wow.
They just wanted them out of their mind, so when they go out there, they just fight and stuff like that. And then they was dropping Agent Orange on them, so they was in pain all the time because they was breathing that stuff in the hell of it. So the cocaine and the weed numbed them, and the morphine shots and all that stuff, so they get shot and stuff. They do it, so keep pushing.
Wow.
They were just test subjects. They was like real test subjects in World War II, like real test subjects because Hitler was getting his people methamphetamine.
Oh.
So his soldiers can stay up for like 6, 7
It's
days.
SS. Yeah, the SS.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they went through a different time frame than we did, so they automatically be giving them 100%.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, somebody out in the military, just
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
none of that stuff.
Wow. I didn't know that. And I've got a lot of frat VA buddies, and I'm gonna chop it up with some of my frat because we all soldiers too. But I went to the first Afghanistan, and then the first Bush 1, Bush 2 told us to go to Kuwait to go against Osama, and we took him out real easy, and then we were there for 20 years. So we just got out, as you know, in 2018, 19. But it's a different war for all y'all guys. Y'all came in 2010. You got out in 2010?
I got out in 2010.
Okay, so you went in. When did you enlist?
2006.
Okay, so you right there in the hot. You right there in the heat, man. We was in the middle right there. Yeah. So this gentleman right here is outstanding. So we're gonna get a good class today.
I've been reading reviews.
Yeah, you have to? Oh wow. Okay. That's good. That's good.
We got
Yeah, he said he been reading reviews on you.
I was like, man, I hope I get shot,
That's hilarious.
That's good to know right there. Yeah. Are you gonna take the test on Friday? Or you gonna just take a break? Wow, you gonna go that fast? How long you been studying? I just started this security. So I'm gonna try taking them in
What I
March.
like to do is I see the format.
Yeah.
I want to see the format. So like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, I mean, you pay, yeah, that's understandable, but you know what I'm saying? I just like to see the format, like how it is, and I go from there.
Yeah, I've been listening to Professor Messer on YouTube. He got that long 10-hour course. I've been doing the 10-hour course on my
I've been
own.
driving and listening to it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? I turn off every night, every other 2 hours because I start falling asleep.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I fall asleep on him too.
You're a little mundane.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely mundane. Ain't gonna lie
Yeah.
about that. But most of this is kind of,
All right.
I have this right here as well.
mundane. Okay, there we go. Acronyms.
Oh, not the 701, I don't understand.
Yeah, they just came out in November. Yeah.
But then, any reason why you guys chose that over the other one?
Which
Just
one, the
curious.
601?
Yeah.
Well, because I feel as if like you would want to have to take the 701 anyway.
You
Yeah.
don't?
Like a little earlier, you won't have to.
No. No, there's people who took like the Security Plus 301 that I've taught, and it doesn't make a difference. Security Plus cert, Security Plus cert. So you get your. So if you did take a 601, in 3 years you have to renew. But if you do what's called CEUs, you never have to take the exam ever again.
That's what I heard.
Continue credit. Yeah. Well, you know, the lady that I met, her name is Kathy George. She just gave this to me on Friday. I didn't know which one I was taking.
Oh wow.
So I'm thinking,
It's
okay.
probably because he had signed up prior,
I got
and it
you.
was just easier to
Okay.
teach one class.
Okay.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Because how long ago have you been signed up for it?
Actually,
Not Friday.
Not Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before then, right?
Before Friday.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah,
Yes,
that
sir.
was a strategic move to get you in the same class. Because if you said 601, and I've been like, now, like I said, I'm busy.
I bet
you
you're busy.
see that. I teach all over the world.
Wow.
So I'm not always here. It's
Right,
rare
yeah.
for me to be here and teach people.
Oh, wow.
And typically this would have been an off week for me.
Oh wow.
but
wow.
she'll get like 1 or 2 people always, stragglers I call them, and then it keeps me busy.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm like I said, I ain't gonna be me. April, I'm booked.
I got you.
All the rest of this month, next month.
It's a blessing.
April.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but yeah, like I said, it would have made a difference because the 601 actually is end of life June or July.
It said June on the website. Yeah.
June or July, and that just means that you just can't take the exam any longer. That's all.
True.
So everyone's forced to take the 701. But I just had some people take the 601 maybe like 2 weeks ago. That's not 601 boot camp. It's like 24 people in that class.
Wow. That's good.
So
Yes, sir.
So wow.
would have made a difference.
It wouldn't have made a difference.
No.
See, it's, I think the lack of information.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I read through this book and comparing it to 601, there's like nothing different. I mean, there might be 1 or 2 things that are new, but majority of the time, they don't make too much of a jump unless technology makes that big of a gap. But every 3 years, they'll come up with a new version.
Okay.
But yeah, pretty much the same stuff. So, if you've never taken a CompTIA exam, this is what I'm going over, just a test layout.
Mm-hmm.
You have a maximum of 90 questions with 90 minutes, saying that we ain't got a lot of time at all to think about our questions.
Nope.
1 minute per question, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my job is to make sure that you guys are prepared. Right? When you get on the exam, you're going to be able to read a question, get a good idea of what they're asking, and get to the answer as fast as possible. You probably will not even get close to running out of time. You should probably have a good 30 minutes left
That's
in this
exactly
exam.
what I have when I had to.
Yes, sir.
But if you come in and you're not prepared, then it's very easy to run out of time because you're having to read a question once, twice. You're looking through the answer, and you're like, I'm not sure what any of these mean. Before you know it, it's like 5 minutes you spent on one question. So that can eat up a lot of time. There's no prereqs before you take this exam. It just says a minimum 2 years IT experience. It doesn't mean that you have to have any certs. Recommended certs prior to this would probably be an A+ and Net+.
Mm-hmm.
Those 2 certs together equals a Security Plus. You're going to get a little bit of networking questions and a little bit of intro level. What is a computer? What is a mouse? What is RAM, hard drive? A+ stuff in your Security Plus. But I'll say Security Plus is more security focused.
Okay.
It's definitely more security focused than those 2. Here's the percentages of each of the domains. You can see pretty much they're all even, except for general security concepts, a whopping 12%. But look at this one, security operations. 30% of the exam is going to be on the day-to-day task of making sure your environment's secure. That's what operations is. Right? Making sure when we open a building or people gain access to building facilities, guys, right? Or bringing things into the environment, how things operate in the environment in a secure fashion. 30% of the exam. Domain 4. This book is not really divided into domains like all of their books. You can see they're divided into just lessons and chapters. But let's see here. Some of the books I use actually tell you what domain you're in. This one is not really telling us what domain we're in. It's just kind of talking about chapter 1, and we don't see anything about what domain we're talking about, just security concepts. But security concepts, you can see that's domain 1, but it's not, I don't know, it's not going to be laid out where we're going to be in the book. This is the domain we're talking about. I'll try to do my best to say, hey, this is a security architecture domain, or this is a threats and vulnerability domain. Okay. But it's not laid out in the book. Okay. It is laid out here, however, in the syllabus. So if you want to know the concepts of what we're going to be talking about, where these particular concepts come into domains, CompTIA's official syllabus, or you just type in Google 701 test objectives.
Okay,
And this is
thank
the
you.
first thing that pops up. This is what I'm looking at. So it's pretty long, right? I'm just going to kind of scroll through it pretty quickly here. Just give us a general concept of some of the things we're going to be talking about this week. Domain 1, security concepts. Well, what is security concepts? Basics, right? The very, very basics of what this class is about, which is making sure we maintain three things: confidentiality, integrity, and availability
Yes,
in our
sir.
organization. Right? And we do that by implementing all of these things we're going to be talking about all week, right? Starting with controls. We're going to be talking about defining what these different types of controls are.
Yes.
Technical controls, anything that you can go onto a piece of equipment and configure. So Henry knows about that with firewalls and ACLs. He's a networking guy.
Yes, sir.
We create rules that would allow certain machines access to the network or deny certain machines access to the network. So when I think about technical control types, I think about anything that you can go onto the machine and actually configure would implement a technical control type. Versus physical. Physical is anything you can touch and feel. So bollards, that sounds strange. What a bollard is, I'll show you guys a picture of a bollard real quick. But bollards are something that we get tested on. These are the little things that keep you from driving into buildings or anything that might have some criticality as far as like a power a surge. It might be sitting on the ground, typically military bases. But you can touch and feel a bollard, right? Physical, gates, fences, locks, lights. These are all physical control types. Another one called a man trap. Man trap is what you would have at a base. That's when you not walk in, but typically drive into a base, and they got these guys sitting at the gate. That's your ID.
Yep. You remember?
These are
Yes,
the
sir.
physical control types. And then we have, like they've changed the term operational. It used to be administrative. But operational / administrative would be more of documentation. So anything that's written down, a security policy. You cannot bring in this device into our network. That's a policy, right? Or a policy stating that if I gave you a phone, these are the ways in which you can use that phone for the business. An acceptable use policy. You can't use it to make fun of it all the time in class. You can't use a corporate phone to buy and sell drugs.
That's right.
It's not an acceptable use policy. So administrative control types are going to be things that are written down, dictating what we can and can't do in an organization. Compensating. Well, if you've ever been to a hotel, typically you close the door behind you, and if you're paranoid, you'll take the little lock that's on top of the door, and you lash that lock on top of the lock that you already have. A compensating control type is a lock on top of a lock. In case the first primary lock fails, you get the secondary lock there just in case. Right? Some of these are self-explanatory. We know detective. That means think about Inspector Gadget, detective. You can go back in time to see what happened yesterday. So cameras are a great example of detective control types. Logs that we have in systems are a great example of detective control types. So anything that keeps track of our time and we can kind of have a historical reference are going to be detective control types. But you can see there's a lot of control types we're going to be talking about today because this is our first chapter, Security Controls, Chapter 1. Summarize fundamental security concepts. So here's that CIA.
Triad.
Right.
Yes, the triad.
CIA triad, yep. We're going to be talking about the AAA. I'll just preface this and say that Security Plus is a very acronym-based exam. So being in the military, we too would know that military sometimes just talks in acronyms. Security Plus is going to be sound like we're talking in acronyms. And the questions are set up in a acronym-based way. So AAA and CIA, these are acronyms that we just need to know about. When they do talk about this AAA, it's in that order. Authenticate, authorize, and account. Right? Authenticate means that I'm proving who I am. So how I remember the AAA in a specific order is when I come to work and I sit down at my desk, the first thing I do is I authenticate. That's proving who I am with the password. After I authenticate, I'm giving authorization. Authorization means I'm giving rights and privileges to files and folders and data in the network. Right? I don't have rights and privileges to everything, because I'm not authorized to everything, but I'm only authorized to most of the time what my job entails me that I need to know about.
Yes, sir.
And then accounting, I always tell people, once you come into the network and you sign into the network, you're being tracked, right? Audited. and accounting. So there's ways in which I can hold you responsible for doing something in the network. Cat cards, you guys remember cat cards?
Still
Right?
have
Mhm.
That's,
Mhm.
you still got one?
Yep.
Those are ways to perform accounting, because when you insert it in the machine, it identifies that you are that individual on the network.
Yep.
Zero trust, and I'm just kind of going over some of these. We're going to get to the book and go over all of these.
Okay.
Zero trust is a concept we're going to be talking about, security concept, that means trust no one. That's what zero trust means,
That's
trust
right.
no one. So if Henry goes to the bathroom, he leaves his cat card on his desk, and he locks himself out of the room, I can't trust Henry and let him back into the office until I verify first, does Henry still work here?
Mm.
So verify first, then trust is what the zero trust model is. There's that term bollards. We talk about physical security control types, and I mentioned fences, lights, right? So all these are in the CompTIA test objectives, right? We're going to be talking about. Here's a term, honeypot. A honeypot is a sweet spot, as the honey implies, in the network, where we actually leave a single machine intentionally open, called pseudo flaws. So we leave it with flaws, we leave it open for the hacker to find it. We want him to find it. Now, why do we want a hacker to find a machine that we left open with flaws? Well, it doesn't have any data on it that's real. And the flaws are there so that I can sit and watch how the hacker hacks that machine. If I can watch how he hacks this honeypot, then here I got the real machine over here. I know all the security controls to implement, because I can just watch them bypass and hack my machine or my honeypot in the network.
Mm-hmm.
So a honeypot is a single machine that we've
Mhm.
left open with pseudo flaws,
Mhm.
potential flaws in the network,
Mhm.
so that we can watch the hacker hack it, so we can learn from the hacker and implement those security controls in the real environment.
Mm-hmm.
A honey net is just a group of honey pots. So when we have a single machine, honey pot, honey net is a group of honey pots. That's where the net comes in. So anytime you see the word net at the end of anything, it means a group of. We have another term in the book, bot. Bot's a single machine, bot net, a group of bots.
Right.
Right? So anytime you add that net at the end, it means a group of.
Right. Token.
A honey file, and as you can see, this word honey means I've left something open intentionally in the network
That
to
was
trick
one
you.
of my questions.
So a honey file is I just left a single file open, right? Not a machine. In this case, I just left a single file, a Word doc. And honey token, the word token, a token is sometimes referred to as a key. And we get tokens when we sign into the network. We're granted a token or a key. Or sometimes they're called a ticket. Kind of like you go to a fair, you get a ticket that grants you access to the fair. Well, tokens are what you get when you type in your username and password and you're granted access to the network. Digital. It's a digital token.
Mm-hmm.
So a honey token is, again, going to be a way in which we can leave a digital key open intentionally in the network to lure the attacker to using that particular digital key, maybe to gain himself access to other devices in the network.
Yes, sir.
All right, so lots of stuff in one. I'm going to skim over here to two,
Okay.
just so we can skim through all the domains real quick. Threats, vulnerabilities, and mitigations.
Yes.
First, defining what is a threat. A threat is something that compromises our vulnerabilities in our network, right? Threats could be internal. Typically, a disgruntled employee or insider is a very severe threat because it could do a lot of damage in their network. Here they have insider threat. Threats could be organized crime. These are going to be people that sit in different states, China, right, or Russia,
Mhm.
that are paid by the state, right, nation state. They're paid by the state to hack the United States government.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, and they're not going to hire people that are considered unskilled. They're going to hire people that are highly skilled to do that. Right? Unskilled attackers are going to be these people called script kiddies.
Ah, it's not
Right?
right.
The word script kiddie is probably in there somewhere. We're going to see it in the book. But script kiddie is a person who essentially just started hacking day one. So what they do, they go out to the internet and they download somebody else's scripts. Scripts are basically methods in which you can click on a file, and it runs a set of operations, right? So maybe they found a script that allows them to cause a machine to become unavailable. They double click on it, and that machine gets kicked off the network. Right? Now, unskilled attackers or script kiddies, they don't have any motivation other than the thrill of it, to brag. It's kind of like graffiti artists. Graffiti artists graffiti on walls. They don't not out to get money. They're just out for notoriety. They're saying, hey, that was me. That's my tag up there.
Huh.
Script kiddies are the same way. That was me. I took Facebook down. They're not looking for money. Right? Then we have people like that are looking for money that are considered ransomware. Heard of the term ransomware? They encrypt the file. And they are looking for payment. Right? So everyone here, it says motivations. Everyone has a different reason why they hack. Right? Some are motivated by financial gain. Some are motivated by getting data, right? Stealing PII. Some are motivated by this thing called espionage. Espionage means that we are looking for companies' trade secrets, right? So what makes that company better than my company? That's what a trade secret is. Why does KFC's chicken taste different than Popeye's chicken? It's a trade secret. So espionage is a mechanism of stealing people's trade secrets to get a competitive advantage in business. Then we have other things here, explain common threat attack vectors. Well, how do these hackers use different tools to gain access? That's what a vector is, to gain access into the network. Well, the most common vector of, I say 80% of all hacks or viruses get into the network by email. Email is the most common one, right? Because people get email all day, people are nosy, they open up the link, they click on it, and just clicking on an email, not even opening it, but just simply clicking on it can inject a virus into your network. We got these phishing phone calls, voice calls. We get fake people calling you, looking for information on the phone. They spoof typically phone numbers, so it might look like it came from Wells Fargo Bank. If it wasn't Wells Fargo, it's best that you hang the phone up and say, I'm gonna call you back, because I'm not sure if you really are Wells Fargo. But that's what a phishing, see over here, phishing attack is voice solicitation. I pick up the phone and I call you, and I'm pretending to be somebody that I'm not. Versus smishing, here we have SMS. You think about SMS, that's what you have in text messaging. So now you have, during voting time, you all get these little spam text messages, vote for so-and-so, right? So smishing attack is trying to send text messages to solicit information over a text message. Versus phishing attack with a PH. Phishing attack is the broader one where I send emails to everyone in the organization. I'm phishing for information. So you've probably seen, not recently, but a long time ago, hey, I live in Africa, I have $1 million, give me your account information, I'll let you keep 20% of it. Trying to transfer it, right? It's a phishing attack because they're not really going to give you that money. And you know, we're going to be talking about some of these other terms we're not familiar with, pretexting and waterhole attack when we get to the book. Typo squatting. If you ever gone to a website and you type in the website's name, say Google, Google. Typo squatting is when somebody purchases a domain name like Google, but they've misspelt it. Instead of 2 O's, you got 1 O, Google. So they're hoping that when you go to the website that you mistyped it, and that instead of you going to the legit website, you go to their website instead. Now, of course, they would have had to have purchased that domain name, google.com, with 1 O. So what happens if I go to Google with 1 O, Google.com? It actually takes me to Google. Why?
Google bought it.
Because Google bought it. Same thing for Facebook.
I was about to say.
Facebook bought it with Facebook with 1 O.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Huh.
So everyone's bought a type of
Good
squatting
job.
except CompTIA, which is, they had it in their last book. Well, you can see how I spelled this. CompTIA. Sort of magnifier so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So CompTIA, IA, I'm going to reverse that. IA, AI. But here's a whole website right here that somebody could use as perform tackle squatting. If
It's
you really
available.
care about
CompTIA.
CompTIA, but I don't know that many people that are going to CompTIA every single day. Somebody did buy it a while ago and they had a really funny picture up here for a while. But I guess they didn't want to keep that domain name, let it expire. But CompTIA did not think of buying that domain name for tackle squatting. So here's that ransomware we talked about. These are different types of viruses. Malware is viruses. We have this virus called a keylogger. Sounds like, it does what it sounds like it does. It compromises all your keystrokes. So a lot of military bases, you're not allowed to use Bluetooth keyboards and mice because it's easy for me to intercept that signal and I can actually see everything you typed in onto your keyboard. So tethering via a USB keyboard or USB mouse is going to be the preference. A logic bomb, another term you're probably not familiar with. A logic bomb says it must meet a specific condition. So the key word here is if. If this happens, then the bomb goes off. If somebody's logged into the system December 31st at 8 a.m. and types in their username and password, as soon as that happens on December 31st at 8 a.m., then that particular virus that has been sitting there dormant will go off and it's going to infect all the machines in the network. So logic bombs are a virus that typically sits dormant, and when a specific condition is met, if this happens, then the bomb will go off. Trojan and worm, right? I think we've all heard of the word Trojan horse before. I'll show you guys where this story of a Trojan came from, actually originated from this movie. I don't know if you've seen this movie with Troy, with Brad Pitt, and this Trojan horse. Now in this movie with Brad Pitt and this Trojan horse, you guys see up here, this horse, Greek Roman empires, based on a true story, was rolled into this base, right? And they thought that this was an idol. Back then, these large figures were like idols, and they figured that if this horse was inside the base, that it would give them power and it would allow them to win whatever is coming into invade their particular empire. Unfortunately, in the movie, wrapped on the outside, it looked like a gift from the gods. In the inside, that's where Brad Pitt's army was hidden on the inside. So when they rolled the horse in, they were very quiet. In the middle of the night, they snuck out and killed everybody. So a Trojan horse gets its name from this mythological, I don't want to say mythological, I mean it happened in real life, but from this story of a Trojan horse and it being wrapped on the outside as something great, but hidden on the inside as something malicious. That's how viruses come. Viruses look as though it's something good. You download it, you say, hey, I'm gonna run this application, it looks like it's great, but hidden on the inside, what you just downloaded was the virus. So sometimes they call a Trojan horse a wrapper. Sometimes it's called a wrapper because it's wrapped on the outside, it looks great, but inside something malicious. We got different password attacks we're going to be talking about. Brute force attack is basically when I guess a single user's password over and over and over and over and over again. Now what happens if I come to your computer and I guess your password wrong too many times?
It should lock out.
It should lock out, right? So we have this other type of attack called a spraying attack. A spraying attack is when I go to multiple users' machines and I guess Henry's account first. Then I go over here to Ricky's account, right? And I go all the way around the room until I come back to Henry's account. Well, by the time I get back to Henry's account, I've gone all the way around the room. That lockout timer that Ricky talked about is expired, right? Because the lockout timer only lasts if I guess his password wrong too many times in 5 minutes. It'll lock me out.
30 minutes at the VA.
All right, 30 minutes?
30 minutes.
Oh, wow.
You can't do nothing.
So after that time is expired, by the time it's expired, spraying attack is going to make it easy for me to brute force my way on your computer all day long. Because I'm essentially going through everybody, multiple users' accounts, one by one by one. So the key difference here is brute force is a single account I'm trying to compromise versus spraying multiple accounts I'm trying to compromise.
Like Rainbow? Like, isn't Rainbow like a password attacking?
It is, it's a hash.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but we'll get there when we get there.
Okay.
That's a topic that I gotta lead up to.
Okay.
Chapter 3, security architecture. So architecture is basically a whole chapter on hardware. Hardware we can bring into the organization. That's what architecture is. And to configure this hardware in a secure way. So we're going to be talking about things like ICS environment, which is industrial control system. That simply put is a place in which machinery makes up the majority of the workforce. So that would be a warehouse, that would be some type of logistics facility, car manufacturing, power plant, water plant, nuclear facility. When you walk in those facilities, this majority of what is being used to work is machines. That's what an ICS environment is. Other architecture, we're going to be talking about the cloud. The cloud is a big concept that was new in 601. Right? They probably are focusing on it more in 701 because the cloud is essentially the future. That's where all our hardware is going. We don't really have anything physically on site anymore because now we're paying for somebody else, like Azure or AWS or Google Cloud
Yep.
to store our data, or Apple
Right.
Cloud if you're familiar with an iPhone, iCloud,
Yeah.
right? OneDrive, all that stuff is places where we are storing our architecture, just not on site anymore, somewhere else.
Yes, sir.
Principles of secure enterprise. Here we're talking about different types of firewalls. Right, we're going to be talking about the difference between a WAF and a UTM and a next generation firewall. For quick definition, a WAF, as it stands for a web application firewall, its job is just to secure the web server. Where a UTM and a next generation firewall, they do the same thing. They both are what's called an all-in-one security device. So they're going to be responsible for securing my entire network with just one device. It'll secure my web server and everything else in my network. Bad thing about these devices that are all-in-one is if this is the only thing securing my infrastructure and it dies, then what happens?
It's all on. You can't get in.
This
Yeah.
is
Boom.
considered a single point of failure.
Right.
Somebody at the door?
I think pressure.
Okay, I was about to say, the door's open up there. Trying to come in. Compare and contrast concept of strategy to protect data. So when it comes to protecting data, we are going to be talking about 3 types of data that we need to protect. Right? Data at rest. Data at rest means data is not leaving my computer. So if it's on a hard drive, it's considered data at rest.
Wow.
Data in transit means when it's leaving my computer, right? So if I'm sending email or something over the network, right? I send email from my computer to Ricky's computer, that's considered data in transit. And data in use means if I'm actually using the data, say that Ricky is working on something and I'm looking over his shoulder as he's using it, right? And I'm seeing his username and password as he types it in. That's considered data in use. He's actually using information and I'm trying to intercept that data as he's using it. Now, we're going to be talking about things that allow us to make sure we maintain confidentiality of these 3 types of data at rest, in transit, and in use. Right? So there's going to be different protocols we're going to be talking about and learning about this week. Right. What else in 3? There's lots of things, different types of sites. I don't know if you guys have heard of a hot site, cold site, warm site before.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hot site most expensive.
Okay.
It's going to be the quickest to get up and running. And we're talking about the different locations. So say ATG got destroyed. Where do we go to still be able to teach class? Well, ATG might have another building that's 10 minutes down the street. And it's up and running and people are already working there. So it's going to take us literally 2 to 3 hours to go over there and start working. But it's expensive because ATG's got to maintain that site 10 miles down the street. Cold site, cheapest. ATG has a building, but it's vacant. There's no desk, there's no computers, there's no power, there's no nothing. So we can go there, it's a secondary location, but cold meaning that there's nothing, it's empty. It's going to take us 2 to 3 days to get up and running in a cold site. It's a lot cheaper to maintain than a hot site. And a warm site, you probably guessed it, it's right in the middle. It's not going to take 2 to 3 hours, it's not going to take 2 to 3 days, it's going to be somewhere in the middle.
Awesome.
So we have these different sites that we have considered when a disaster strikes. where we can go to recover our operations. I'll say the most common site now is not any of those. It's going to be the cloud. That's what everyone's gone to.
Yes, sir.
Everyone's migrated to the cloud. Were you able to get that computer up working?
This is right.
It is,
Is
okay.
that-
We have Word, Microsoft Word, if you want to take notes that way too, if you're running out of
No, I
whatever.
learned better about
Okay.
writing.
just so you're aware.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, boss.
And then domain 4, we're going to be talking about this week, security operations. This was the one that's 28% of the exam.
Yes.
All right. So security operations, give a scenario, apply common security techniques to computing resources. So we're going to be talking about steps, procedures when it comes to implementing all of this stuff in our environment and implementing it in a secure way. Right? So how do we harden? The word harden means how do we increase security of mobile phones? Right? Think about it like this. If you open something out the box and you set it up at your house and you don't make any changes to the configurations, it's not secure by default. So even if anybody got a Ring camera at home,
Yep.
right? You don't have one, I got one. The ring, you should get one. Ring camera is like $20. It's cheap, dirt cheap on Prime Day and Black Friday. It goes at $29.99.
Okay.
Right? And it's the best thing that I've ever invested in.
Me too.
Period, hands down. Case in point, last week, I'm in Alaska, right? So my
Oh,
wife,
wow.
she don't care about the time difference. She called me, it's 3 a.m. there. And she's like, did you cancel the trash service? Our trash can's gone. I said, I didn't cancel the trash service. In fact, the bill's not due to March. And I'm
Yes, sir.
thinking about canceling because they raised it by like $50. I'm like, I'm gonna cancel this. $100 now for trash service.
Roger.
100 plus.
Roger.
Is it
I'm
ballet
like,
chair?
Is it ballet?
Mhm.
No. Just go for trash. Okay? No special.
Oh, they're not
service.
coming to the house.
In
Oh,
Alaska?
wow.
Yeah.
Is that in Alaska?
Yeah,
No,
Alaska.
here.
No, you're talking about here.
I was in Alaska.
No, my
last
brother
week.
do valet trash. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, my brother was trying to get into that too.
Oh.
Ballet trash.
It's really good
I
money.
know,
Oh, yeah?
Ballet trash is
Really good money.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
good money. If you can get a legit business and you get a contract with like apartments, I'm guessing that's where
Townhomes the best ones.
townhomes. Yeah, my brother tried. He couldn't get a bite, so he went the other route, entrepreneur route for security services.
Shoot,
Awesome.
lower the price.
Yes,
My brother
yeah,
do
yeah.
$9 to $10 a door, while everybody else do like 20.
Oh, really?
And he do 7-day service.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know what my brother's issue was because I thought that was a good
You have to get in.
niche market.
Just because you talk to him again, you have to get in with the. It's like they have an alliance. All the apartment places.
All apartment places.
You have to get in
I
contact.
know,
You have to
I
get
know.
with them, and you have to get a part and go.
And I even know people that are managers, heads of apartment complexes.
You have to-
Yeah.
Wow.
He when Tennessee went to the playoffs,
Outstanding.
he bought the property managers like booth tickets to the playoff game.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like every
Sweet.
apartment complex that
Sweeten
property
them
manager
up.
go to,
Yeah.
they bring him on there.
Yeah, he's doing good.
Yeah, he
right?
doing really good. He
He's
just
doing
got
good.
three more towns.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's a good money, man.
Yes, it
Great
is.
money.
Great money.
Good money. He's gonna be living life, man. He does save some money, yeah.
Yeah.
But where was I getting at with this?
You're talking about your wife and trash. And
Trash and the
$50.
ring. All right, yeah, ring. So yeah, long story short, I logged into the ring and I found out that the guy had, when he dumped our trash can, he dumped the trash and the trash can. The whole thing went into the back.
Mm.
And they
Oh,
didn't
Lord.
tell us that they took our trash can, but they said it was damaged.
Oh.
So they said, hey, we're just gonna take it and we'll bring you a new one a week from now. So where are we gonna put our trash when it gets full in the house if you just took our trash can and you could have left us with the one that you said was damaged until you came and swapped it out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she just basically canceled the trash service, and then we got, which I was gonna do anyhow. We got a new one coming, but I was able to, with the Ring camera, see that, right? So Ring camera's great, but again, getting to the point of default. When I did open it and I set it up, I did change all the default settings. So
I gotcha.
what you're talking about here is all of these devices that we can purchase, from our phones to our routers to our switches. You know, when you open these out the
Yes,
box,
sir.
you got to configure them.
Yes, sir.
And you got to configure them to be secure. Servers,
Mhm.
right? Cloud infrastructure, all these devices. Just getting to the point of making sure, how do we secure these? in a secure way.
Yes, sir.
All right. 4.3, explain various activities associated with vulnerability management. So this part of the domain 4 is talking about, if I come to your site, how do I assess your operations? How I assess what you're doing is secure. Is Ricky allowing people to tailgate or piggyback behind him when he walks into the business? Or is he forcing them to authenticate with a cat card or a badge, right? We can also run something called a vulnerability scan. These are a particular software that I can bring into your organization, install it on a computer, and then when I run that software on the computer is going to come back with a ranking or scoring system to tell me how severe the vulnerabilities that were found on the machine are, right? 1 through 10, 10 being the most severe and 1 being very low. I'm probably not going to have to worry about implementing or changing any controls on a device that comes back with a vulnerability for 1, right? But we're going to scan all the machines in your network, and that's the job of what auditors do when they come in to see, all right, let me see how secure this organization is, called a vulnerability scan. Sometimes these vulnerability scans, though, we can get these things called a false positive, false negative. A false positive means that I've scanned the machine and it came back with a vulnerability. That's what a positive is. I've identified something, right? Your system is not up to date. It's supposed to be on Service Pack 3, it's on Service Pack 1. Well, I log into the system and sure enough, false positive means that my system is on Service Pack 3. So it falsely identified something as a vulnerability when it really did not exist. That's what a false positive is, right? False negative is the opposite, right? False negative means that I scanned your machine and I found no vulnerabilities. False negative, I log into the machine, I run antivirus, and antivirus gives me all of these alerts that there's tons of viruses installed on the machine. But a false negative is saying that I just scanned it and I didn't find anything. So we get these false alerts sometimes. They're just false alerts. False positive means I scanned your system, I found something, I look, I inspect it, it's not really there. False negative means I scan your system as clean, but in fact it is really infected. So we have to scan and make sure that we use specific credentials, which are admin credentials. It means that administrator, I'm going to get fewer false positives and fewer false negatives. I will get what's called a more accurate result if I'm using admin or what's called an authenticated scan. All right. But we're going to be talking about this again, when we get to it. Dark web. Dark web, the concept. When people steal people's credit card information and not selling it on the internet, they're not selling on the internet where me and you and the common folks can go on there and purchase it. They're selling it on the internet called the dark web. That's a place in which most people do not have access to.
Right.
There's lots of things you have to do in order to get access to the dark web, which we're not going to talk about in this class. It's not important. Just know that the dark web is a place where typically stolen information ends up.
T-Move. Like T-Move, they be stealing information. I don't know what I say.
I ordered a gaming headset from Temu. It just was like, I'm gonna test it out. It looked like it was great. It was dirt cheap. You pay for what you get. I sent it back the same day. Me and my son got it, and my son he said he couldn't even get to work. I hooked it up and the sound was terrible, and it was a pre-Christmas present, so it wasn't Christmas, but I was just like, yeah, go ahead and pack these back up. And then sending it back was a nightmare. It wasn't as easy as Amazon, where you could just go to Kohl's or UPS and drop it off.
Did you start getting a lot of spam calls after you signed up for T-Mobile?
I didn't really sign up. I used a guest account, so I didn't create an account.
Yeah. Do I use Tor to get on the dark web? I do it all the time.
Tor? Yeah,
browser.
Any browser.
I
Talk
haven't been
about
on
that.
in a long time since
Oh
I
yeah.
was watching those videos.
Yeah.
Oh, there's just easier
That's
movie
nice.
sites now. You don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, totally. I get all my stuff from China.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't forget mess with that. Yeah.
4.6 here, they're talking about giving us there maintain identity access. So I kind of talked about this one role-based this morning. I said when you're given authorization, Authorization means rights and privileges to the organization's data. Typically, your authorization is based on your role. Role means job.
Yep.
If your job is accounting, you're going to have access to all accounting stuff. If your job is IT, well, IT's got access to everything, right? Because that's what we do is IT.
Right.
If your job is HR, you should only have, based on your job, HR, your role, you only got authorization to HR information. So role based is going to be based on your job.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Lots of things here with multi-factor authentication. Just know that we have to have two things to authenticate, and that's what your CAT card was. Your CAT card is something you have. You physically have your CAT card, and just because I stole your CAT card doesn't mean I can log in as you, because there's also something called something you know, which is your PIN number.
Right.
So something you have and something you know, that's considered two-factor, right?
Multi-factor authentication.
And we also have something you are. Something you are is a type 3. So you do that every day with your phone, your face, your eyes, your fingerprint, your palm, your voice, right? All that, if it biometrically makes you up, your being, that's considered a type 3, something you are. So can I have a type 3 with a type 3? My fingerprint with retina, is that considered multi-factor?
Yeah.
No, actually
It's
not.
not.
That's
It's
the
two of
trick.
the same who you are.
It's two of the same. It's two of the
Yeah,
same.
two of
So
the
you
same.
can't have two of the same
Okay.
types. You can have
Good question.
two of different types. A type 1 with a type 3, type 3 with a type 2.
Oh, yeah, I
But
got
you can't have type 1 with type 1. Something you know, something you know. Password, PIN number. It's not multi-factor. They're both something you know, something you know. Right? So that's how they're going to get you with that.
I heard that.
Again, password concepts. Of course, we're going to be talking about making sure our password is long. Too short, it's going to make it too easy. Complexity means that we're going to have an uppercase, lowercase, character, number, right, to make sure it's complex, not as simple. Password reuse means that we have a history in which we can only use that password but so many times. Think about your banking password when you're forced to change it. You can't reuse the same password you just used. You got to figure out a new one, right? I mean, we do want to have some expiration attached to it, 60, 30 days. And age. Age means how old does the password need to be before you can change it. So if my age was 0 days, so I had a policy that said my password age is 0 days, is that a good thing or bad thing?
Bad.
Bad.
Well, you change that every day.
You could change it every day. And that's not something that we want to do, because if I could change my password 20 times,
In 20
then I could
days.
get right back. I could get right back to my original password.
Right.
That's true.
That's right.
Especially if the reuse policy was 20. Then I
Right.
just change my password 20 times the same day and get right back to my same password.
Right.
That would be ideal for me, because I don't like memorizing 20 different passwords. But not ideal for an environment where we want to force people to have a different password. We want you to have a different password. You can see this domain 4 is a beast, 28%, right? Here, explain importance of automation, orchestration. So this word automation is AI. This is what this AI is coming in, automating things, or making things happen without human interaction. That's what AI is. So we're going to be talking about use cases of automation and scripting. What would be a good time to create a script to automate something? Give you a simple example, right? Ricky is responsible for rebooting all the machines every night at 9 p.m. That means he got to sit here, and at 9 p.m. he's got to go to every one of these machines and reboot them.
Yeah.
Well, that's a mundane task. Why does he want to do that every single night at 9 p.m. if he could create a script, some way to automate that, so at 9 p.m. it runs on these machines, clock hits 9, automatically these machines reboot. So these are things that we would want to automate, things that we do day in and day out that is boring. I want to be able to better utilize my skills and not do these mundane tasks day in and day out and
That's
script
right.
them.
That's right.
Explain appropriate incident response activities. This whole 4.8 is talking about help desk. Here is the phases in which I sometimes say we got to memorize these phases, but these are the phases of a help desk technician. So if you've ever worked on help desk before in any capacity, meaning if somebody's called you for an issue and you had to resolve the issue, it's considered help desk, considered an incident. Then you've done these steps without even thinking about it. You've done them blindly, right? Preparation means that I have taken the necessary steps to make sure that when somebody calls me, I have my tools open, right? He's got PuTTY open or whatever he uses to remote secure CRT
Yep,
into
CRT.
the particular device, right?
Mhm.
You have your software when people bring their cat cars at the VA or whatever insurance that you got to look up. You have things ready, prepared for incidents that are going to come into your workplace,
Yes, sir.
right? Detection. Detection means that now I have to, based on the incident that they reported to me, right? How was that incident detected? Did they report it to me physically, call me on the phone and say, hey, I was walking through floor 2 and did you know that the printer ink is out? I detected it, right? Or you could physically detect it. You were walking up on floor 2 and you saw it. Or some remote tool sent you an alert to your phone and said, hey, the printer ran out of ink, or an email that might have been sent to you. These are all different ways that incidents can be detected in your environment. Analysis is now researching, figuring out how to resolve this particular issue, right? Let me ask additional questions. Let me do additional research. Let me go to Google and figure out, why this particular PC keeps rebooting. Containment. All right, containment could be, all right, well, this computer is rebooting because it has a virus, and now I don't want that virus to replicate or propagate to other machines in the network. So containment would mean I disconnect that machine from the network, unplug it. Right? Eradication, that means you're getting rid of it. You install antivirus software, and you're just going to eradicate. You're going to rid that machine of that malicious malware. Recovery, I get backups, because now I had to maybe wipe that machine from scratch, and now I got to recover it from scratch. Recovery means taking corrective actions, such as backups, to get that machine back up to 100%. Lessons learned, you summarize everything that happened in the entire scenario. Right? Judy called me in the morning. I was prepared to receive her phone call. Upon receiving her phone call, she detected to me that her computer was acting strange. She got a virus. Upon further analysis, I determined that her machine got infected. I ran to Judy's machine, unplugged it from the network. I began removing the virus from her machine. I ended up having to wipe the machine of the operating system. I ended up going to backups to recover a machine back to the state it was at. And then I educated the user to make sure she does not do what she did again. Right? All of that is my lessons learned, and that's what I do is a summarization. And that's what you put in your ticketing system that you got.
That's right. That's great.
We're also going to be talking about forensics in this chapter, how to respond to collecting evidence from a computer that can actually be used in a criminal court of law. That's what digital forensics is, right? So, case in point, when you think about forensics, you think the first thing that comes to my mind is forensics or ID. I don't know if you guys watch that TV show, right? And you see, cops came to somebody's house. The first thing they do to make sure that evidence hasn't been tampered or contaminated is they take tape and they tape around the scene, and then they take pictures so that they can actually maintain the integrity of that crime scene, right? These pictures are going to show where the carpet was, where that cup was, where the toothbrush was, where everything was when they got to the scene. So if something changed on Friday, they look at the picture and like, nope, that cup was there on Monday, and it looks like somebody came back and removed the cup and toothbrush, right? And digital forensics is the same exact thing, except we're talking about collecting, instead of blood and carpet and hair, DNA, we're talking about collecting digital forensics, hard drives, CDs, USBs, logs, data, information that could be used to incriminate somebody, or it could be used to prove somebody's not guilty of a particular crime. You guys remember that Eric Murdoch trial?
Yes.
Well, that was all about digital forensics. That guy was on the web searching how to clean blood up in a Google search, right? And they were reading that mess in the court. It was funny because he's saying he didn't do it, but how are you saying you didn't do it when Google came back with your search history of all these different things you were searching? Why would you be searching strange things like that, especially right after your wife just died? All right. So we're going to be talking about all those steps of collecting digital evidence, right? How we preserve it, how do we acquire it, right? What the heck is a chain of custody? All those things. In chapter 5, domain 5, security program management oversight. Here it says, what was this? This was like 10% of the exam, something like no, more than that, 15%, I think. Let's scroll back up here. 20% is domain 5. Scrolling down here. Domain 5, security program management and oversight. Summarize elements of effective security governance. So this word governance. We live in the United States government, right? You guys seen that movie, The Purge?
Mm-hmm.
Right? The Purge, they actually close the government for a day, and that's when people can get away with whatever they want to do, right? There's no government, there's no regulation, there's no laws. It's total chaos. That's why people lock themselves into their house, and they can get away with whatever crime they want. So security governance is making sure in an environment, we don't want to have total chaos. I don't want to have people bringing in their own devices, hooking up my email to their phones, using my phones to sell drugs, using my laptops to stream whatever they want to stream, do whatever they want to do at work. I need to have some type of governance. I need to have some regulations. You can't do that at work, right? So that's what secure governance is, and these are all the things that allow us to create these policies, right? Security policies, things that are documented, written down to say, you're allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do this. Right? That's what their acceptable use policy is. This hardware can be used to do work, but this hardware cannot be used to do anything other than work, AUP. You're going to see lots of acronyms and documents in domain 5. Right? Change management, right? Again, it's another document. Change management says, anytime I make a change, I have to notify everybody in the organization this change is coming. So you've seen this happen before where, hey, system's gonna be down Friday due to maintenance. An email goes out, just lets everyone know systems are gonna be down on Friday due to maintenance. We have policies when we hire people, that's what onboarding is. Now I can appropriately give them their CAD cards, I can appropriately give them their phones and access the email, right? And things that they need on the first day of work. That's what onboarding is. Offboarding is the opposite. Terminate your account. I get rid of your VPN, I get rid of your phones, I get rid of your parking pass and all the access that you have in an organization. I gotta make sure that I do it the same way every single time so I don't forget. The last thing I want to do is forget to terminate their access, and then 2 weeks later they log into the network and they're stealing data.
Right.
So we have things that are written down to implement security governance, to increase security of our organization, and we document it so that everyone follows the same steps and procedures. Explain elements of risk management. So first off, what is a risk? Because you can see everything in here starting with the word risk. A risk is a likelihood that a threat can compromise a vulnerability. Say that one more time. A risk is a likelihood that a threat, it's a threat we talked about, could be internal threat, could be external threat, script kiddies, nation state, right? Advanced persistent threat, all of these are threats. That a threat can compromise a vulnerability. What's a vulnerability? It's a weakness. Typically an unpatched system makes it a lot easier for a hacker to gain access to that system versus a patched system that's going to mitigate that vulnerability. So here we're talking about all these different ways that we can mitigate vulnerabilities or mitigate a risk in our organization. All right, first off, we have to assess our environment. That's what a risk assessment is. What do you deem in your environment is going to be at most risk or the highest risk? How do we determine that? Well, that's what a risk assessment is. We can determine that based on price. Here I have a mouse that's worth $5, versus a laptop that's worth $1,000. Which one do I want to scare? $5 mouse or $1,000 laptop?
$1,000 laptop.
$1,000 laptop, right? But based on going through and assessing risk based on price is going to tell me based on how expensive it is, there'll be more priority than something that's cheaper. Right? We're going to be talking about that with what's called a quantitative assessment. It's going to be assessing the dollar amount, how much does that asset cost, and things that cost the most are going to be things I want to secure the most. Versus qualitative. Qualitative, I'm not getting a price. I'm not getting a monetary or dollar figure. qualitative, I'm getting a ranking, high, medium, low. So I tell somebody at the front desk, go to my server room and give me a ranking on the security. Is it low vulnerabilities? Is it medium vulnerability? Is it a high vulnerability? So somebody at the front desk walks to the server room, the door is open, the computer's on, and it's not locked, and there's data on it. They come back and say, hey, I'm giving you a high. Everything was open. It's not secure at all. I think that's a high risk, and you need to figure out what you're going to do with that server room. Right? But that's something qualitative that you can do quickly, and you can give it a ranking, low, medium, high.
Gotcha.
Things that are high, versus on a qualitative, I want to fix those. Things that are low, qualitative, I'm not going to worry about those. They're not going to be top priority. Here, you can see a lot of acronyms. RTO, RPO, MTTR, MTBF. They have them all spelled out. But most of the time, some of these acronyms, even though you spell them out, they might not give you enough information on what that acronym is actually doing. If I ask you what recovery time objective is, you may or may not know what it does, right? So RTO, and we really need to focus on the acronym here, recovery time objective. The word objective means an estimate, or the word objective means objective. This is what my objective is. For example, if my boss says, give me a recovery time objective on how long it's going to take for us to get our system back up and running after a tornado strikes. What they're asking us is, give me an estimate, give me a figure. What do you guys think as far as the time frame it's going to take for us to get our operations back up and running? It's just an objective though. It doesn't mean that you have to get your environment up in 24 hours, but the objective is if a tornado hits this building, my objective is to try to get the organization back up in 24 hours. That's my estimate. It's my estimate. MTTR, mean time to repair, is how long did it actually take you? Well, my objective was 24 hours, but the mean time to repair, the average time it actually took us to get back up and running was 48 hours. So one objective means is an estimate. Mean time to repair means this is how long it actually took to get back up and running. So we're going to be talking about, I'm not going to talk about all these, but we're going to talk about them again in the book. Risk, this one's pretty easy right here. We can choose different ways to deal with the risk. Transfer the risk. Well, if you get in a wreck, what allows you to not have to pay out of pocket in your car if you hit somebody?
Insurance.
Insurance. So insurance is transferring the risk, right? That's why we all have insurance, because it is a risk that if I injure somebody, create bodily injury and harm, I don't have enough money to pay their hospital bills, but insurance does. So we've actually transferred that risk to somebody else. So we can choose to transfer the risk in an organization with insurance, or a lot of people nowadays, they move their data to the cloud. I've transferred the risk to the cloud vendor because that's where all my data is. iCloud, my phones and pictures, the videos from my phone, they're in iCloud. I've transferred that risk. If I lose my phone, I hope that iCloud, has my data, right? So essentially put the responsibility on them. I can choose to accept the risk. Accepting the risk means that I know that the risk is there, but I choose not to do anything about it. For example, in this room, as you can see, we have desktops, we have monitors, mouse, and keyboards. We don't have cable locks locking these computers down to the room. That means anybody can come in here, pick the computers up, and walk out the building with them. So my boss knows that's a risk, but he chose to not deal with the risk by putting cable locks in. He says, I'm going to accept that risk. There's no data on these laptops, on these desktops. These desktops don't cost that much anyhow, $50. Cable lock costs $100. What am I doing putting a $100 cable lock on a desktop that costs $50? It make no sense. So he just chose to accept the risk. Avoid the risk. Avoiding the risk means that I choose not to deal with that risk. Therefore, I'm not going to implement that in my environment. For example, say that ATG took people's credit card payments over the phone. And all of a sudden, there's now a risk that we have employees writing y'all's credit numbers down and going on Amazon shopping for stuff on Amazon with your credit card information. To avoid that risk of that happening, I say, ATG, we're not going to accept people's credit card payments on the phone anymore.
Okay.
That's avoiding the risk. I'm just not going to do it.
Outstanding.
Then mitigate the risk. That's what we're in this class for. Our jobs for a Security Plus technician is what's called a risk mitigator. Everything we're talking about all week is to mitigate risk, right? That's what you get hired for, a Security Plus technician with cybersecurity. You get hired to put controls into place to lessen the risk. Now, can we get zero risk in an organization?
No.
No, impossible.
Right.
Like if somebody says, yeah, you can come to my workplace and don't worry about anything getting out. Zero risk. That's impossible. I'm not going to trust that place.
Yes, sir.
We get it down to an acceptable level, right? And even auditors, when they come into your environment and they audit the security of your building, they know you're going to have some vulnerabilities. And that's okay. As long as it's not something that's crazy high, as long as it's something that is acceptable, they'll let it fly. They know you can't get down to a zero score on everything. So our job is to mitigate, and mitigate it how? Mitigate it to an acceptable level. Can't mitigate it to zero.
Gotcha.
See, lots of documents here. Again, this whole chapter 5 is talking about governance and governance security policies. So we have SLAs, MOUs, MOAs, master service agreements. We're going to be talking about all of these documents. I think we know what this one is, non-disclosure agreement. We've all signed one of those before. It says you cannot share information about what you do at your business when you leave and talk about it at another company. So these are all documents that we implement to increase the security of our environment. These are all documents we do to increase security. It's an agreement. Typically you break the agreement, you get sued. You end up in Judge Judy.
Yeah.
And then we have here last couple segments here, 5.5, explain types and purpose of audits. Right? What's the purpose of an audit? First off, what the heck is an audit? An audit is when somebody that does not work for you, third party, comes to your site and they assess the security of your environment. That's what an audit is. So what's the purpose of it? The purpose is that I'm there to help you. I want to make sure you're secure. If I find something that's a vulnerability, it's a weakness, I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure that I can remediate, or at least help you remediate some of those vulnerabilities that we found. It's the purpose of an audit. Right? So they have to go there and assess your security, and based on the assessment, they're going to give you recommendations. Hey, you should buy some firewalls. Hey, you should have a man trap at the front of the gate. Hey, you should put some type of keypad lock on this door. Right? All of these things that you can do as recommendations to increase security of your environment. And then they're going to do this, penetrate. Pen testing means that after I've recommended all those safeguards that you put in place, I'm going to come in and I'm going to pretend like I'm attacking your network. I want to see that if those safeguards that I recommended you put in place are truly blocking attacks in the network. So a pen test is when I try to penetrate, when I try to gain access to your network. I'm doing it to help you though, ethically. I'm not really trying to do it to steal information, I'm just doing it to see, are you secure?
A white hat.
White hat, yeah. And then over here, give us their implement security awareness practices. So we round off this with, we can implement all these controls in our environment. Firewalls, we talked about a little bit about firewalls. We talked about ways we can mitigate risk, accepting, mitigating, transfer, right? Risk. We talked about physical control, bollards, fences, locks, right? We talked about administrative control types and security policies. Put all those things in place. But the biggest way to mitigate against risk is to train and make people aware. That's why you guys are in this class.
Yes, sir.
If you don't know about it, how do you know that it's a risk? How do you know it's a security vulnerability if you don't know about it? So again, here, this little section is going to be talking about, we got to train the people. Then after we train the people, we got to test the people. That's the same thing you're in this class for. You get trained, then you get tested to see, did you really understand and did you absorb that training, right? So this is that last chapter, 5, 6. I won't even say last chapter, the last domain. At the bottom, 701, it says here, the following is a list of acronyms that could appear on your 701 exam. Candidates are encouraged to review the complete list. So it's an acronym exam. So here's all the acronyms. It's a lot of acronyms, right?
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of acronyms. Right?
We'll get them.
It was a lot when I sat in class with you guys. It was a lot even when I started teaching Security Plus. I couldn't remember all these acronyms, right? People asking me in class, what does that stand for? And I'm like, you know, I just got my Security Plus last week. I'm not sure. Right? But over time, like I've taught this class, I've lost count how many times I teach it. And it's just easy for me because this is what I do every day. But I understand where you guys are coming from. I sat in boot camp like you guys. I understand this is a overwhelming amount of information to digest in a week.
Yeah.
It's a lot, right? For my military guys, what I typically do is I typically train these guys Monday through Thursday, and they test on Friday, right? Information's fresh in their head, but that leaves us having a 4-day boot camp. That's what these guys are used to. They're used to getting in, getting out, getting what they got to get, and they don't care how they get it. They just want to pass at the end of the day. You guys are coming from Kathy, so I always give the option of we can go Friday and we can have class on Friday. It means I can stretch out the material to Friday, or you know, on you, we can do it like I typically do in the military. We can get done Thursday, and then Friday would be your day. You come in here, and the testing center's right there. So there's like nothing you can say that say, I couldn't test. So you come here, you can test right there.
Right.
But that puts a lot of work on y'all as far as making sure that you go home and you do what you got to do as far as studying. And this week's dedicated. Your life is dedicated to Security Plus. Right? That's what I did. I came into work. My first day at work, my boss put me in boot camp. Security Plus, my first cert. So I had that old guy teaching me Security Plus, and he said, you're going to test on Friday. And that's my first day at work, and I'm sitting in class, and this guy's just rambling off all these acronyms. I'm listening to him talk. I'm like, I'm going to have to do that because I'm like, that's what I'm getting hired to do, teach. And I called my mom on break, and I said, I don't think this is for me. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get this one cert, and then I'm going to quit. I get this one cert, I'm going to go back to corporate with this one cert. So I'm thinking this one cert is gonna get me an amazing job, right? Which, in retrospect, not at all, right? This is a cert that almost every military personnel has.
At least.
So I'm competing I'm competing with everyone else, right?
Yep.
So I sat through the class. I listened to the instructor, right? I'm telling you guys, you know, this. He kept on hounding on do the practice test. I'm gonna give you guys a practice test. Do it. Do a couple questions a night. Well, I procrastinated because I'm young and I'm thinking, you know, it's just like college, you know, I'll do it a day before and I'll get all the questions, right? So I'm procrastinating. The first night I'm procrastinating, but then we come into class and the two guys that are in class with me, they were doing their homework and they were killing it. They were answering all the questions. I'm like, oh, I'm behind now because I got guys I'm competing with in class. Plus, I'm supposed to be instructing eventually. So I'm supposed to be smarter than these guys. So then I went home. I was like, all right, I gotta get on the ball. I gotta get back like I'm in college, and I gotta be studious. So I put aside everything. TV and video games is my big Achilles, right?
Me too.
Yeah.
Same.
Oh, really?
We've all been there.
We're going to talk about that in a minute. So
Call of Duty.
I had no life. I would say 2019, I came into ATG with one cert. I had an ITEL.
Oh,
At the end of 2019, I had 24 certs.
Oh.
Yeah, I got way more now.
Wow.
Yeah, I had no life. Man. Yeah, wow. You thought I only had a couple certs. I got a lot of certs.
Wow.
That's what I do for a living.
Huh.
So I say in 2019 I just didn't have a life because I'd come to work, I'd study, I'd go home study. Weekends I'd study. I watched YouTube. It was only studying stuff. You know, I didn't fool around on YouTube. I watched how other instructors taught classes that I was getting ready to instruct,
Yep.
and I would pull little tidbits, you know, nuggets from them. Say I'm going to use that in my class. And then concepts I wasn't strong in the book, I just watched other instructors teach it, and it's got better over time. I said, I'm gonna do this, and once I get really good, I can do it in my sleep, which I can do now. I don't need to prep for this class, right? They told me I'm teaching 701 on Saturday. I'm like, okay, cool.
Okay.
It's not like I'm going home like trying to read the book and trying to remember the stuff, because it's already here. It's in my head. And I didn't even teach this last week. I taught CISSP last week.
Oh, I can't wait for that class. The next one. Wow.
That's your next
You can wait, trust me.
Oh.
That's CISP. So here's Security Plus. Here's CISP.
Oh, I heard.
Yeah, CISP's a different beast for sure.
Wow.
But I say all that to say that if you want to attain this cert on Friday, you can. It's just going to be a lot of work for y'all, right? It's not going to be I don't know what your typical boot camp course would typically be, but it's not going to be your typical boot camp course. You're literally going to be going home, studying until you can't stay awake anymore, and waking up and coming back and doing it the same thing tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like you'll be exhausted by the end of the week,
It will be.
right? But you have a Security Plus cert.
Is it okay to take the test maybe next Friday?
You can
night?
take it, like I said, you can take it
Okay,
whenever you want.
Oh, because I want to take it like by the end of May,
Yeah.
March, because
Okay.
the next one on April 22nd
That's
is
fine.
what they call it, CYSA. So I'm trying to take that before I go to CYSA.
That's fine.
Cybersecurity.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's on you. Whenever
Okay.
you want to
Okay.
take it,
I got it already set.
it's on
Okay,
you.
good.
All right.
Okay.
So with that being said, since he's gearing more towards taking it later, we'll probably just go to you're right then.
Yeah, I know. So I'll probably take it Saturday.
Okay, so that means we'll just go to Friday.
Go to Friday.
Okay,
We'll have
cool.
class
Cool.
on Friday.
Outstanding.
We're probably not going to have class all day Friday,
That's
Okay, so
but we'll probably get out a little bit early. But I'll still set you guys up to be taking it. You know, we'll be doing lots of homework. I'm not going to
No
let
problem.
you guys, you know, out. I'm not going to let you guys just, you know, come in class and just not do anything all week.
No
That's what I'm trying
problem.
to say.
Will you be teaching CYSA Plus too?
No, so I said I was booked.
Oh, okay.
That's why I
Yeah.
said this morning.
You said April.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he's booked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
booked
taught,
too,
I
April?
taught, I'm booked past April.
Wow.
January, February, March, April.
Huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm booked past April.
Outstanding.
Yeah, military. Military is our,
Ain't that
I was
awesome?
telling him this
Military.
morning, that's our
Bread and
most-
butter.
Yeah, I mean, it's money. They got money, man. And then we walk into class and you got 20 guys in there. That's all dollar.
Yeah,
figures
yeah.
on their
So
head.
that's true.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Warner Robins, I think, is what I've heard one of the largest bases in the
It
United
is.
States.
That make him.
Yeah. So it just seems like there's a never-ending amount of people that are always trying to get Security Plus certified.
Why don't you like contract yourself and then contract yourself to them to do that?
Yeah.
That's conflict of interest,
That's true.
NCA.
Yeah.
But
You probably got
trust
an NDA
me,
on it. You got an NDA
I've already thought of that.
That's more money.
Start his own
Because
firm, have his own little firm.
Yeah, I mean, little entrepreneur over there.
Yeah.
I could teach in 1 month in the year and just be done
For the whole year, and that's
for the whole year.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's a lot of money. 20 people, $3,000, $4,000
At least per person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it's a lot of money. 60 grand a class.
Yeah.
Right?
Subcontracted out, pay somebody else to teach you, pay them.
Man.
You just-
Well, I want to trust that. I want to.
Well, you train them
I want
yourself.
to trust it. I still want to trust
You
it.
still wanna trust
Oh,
it.
it's what's trusted.
You went on ATG.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you think ATG? What do you think makes ATG good from reading the reviews?
Yeah. What do you
I'm
think?
not gloating.
It is.
Yeah, what do you
I'm
think?
not gloating.
Then you are.
But what's the face of ATG when you go to the website? It's me,
It is.
right?
That's true.
And if I didn't exist here, which I didn't prior, if you went on ATG prior to when I got here, the score was bad.
It was. I remember
Right.
back in 2010 when I
So,
killed my first cert.
I came here and I didn't come with the job of repairing their company because it's them, but I do have a motive in that,
Obviously.
eventually.
Obviously.
right? Getting my name out there and at least having it somewhere that's going to be there forever where it can be like, hey, here's a reference, go here, you can look. Right? I get like 500,000 reviews.
Every
It's
time I
over.
read it,
You have obviously a LinkedIn. He's got a LinkedIn page. You got
Hey, I don't try to
get his
I'm not
LinkedIn
even joking.
page. That'll just.
If you put a search in there, you know what I'm saying?
All you gotta do is
Type your name
LinkedIn.
And have your own section. Like, oh my God.
That's
Like I
hilarious.
told Kat, I said, I hope I get shut.
Oh, I didn't even know who I was getting. She didn't even tell me. I'm like, who am I getting? Okay, so yeah.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and take our first break, gang.
Okay.
And we'll come back and we'll get started.
All right.
Cool.
Standing. Thank you, sir.
Take 10, 15, whenever you
Okay.
get back.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so testing next Friday. All right. Great job. Okay. All right. I swear to God, I saw them though, right? I'm just trying it, man. Maybe do it next week. Everybody's fresh on my face, Chairman. Get that surge. How many days go by? Yeah. Man, great job. Thank you for the class. Very
Okay.
impressed.
No worries.
Whoa. Oh, you got something. Piss.
Duty.
Oh yeah. No, Call of Duty since the beginning, man. Yeah, back in the old days. It's wow, PlayStation 4, now 5. Yeah. I love Call of Duty. You play?
I don't play the FPS first person shooters that
Oh
much.
yeah. Okay.
But I'm a huge gamer though.
Which games you play?
The last one I just completed 100% was Power World.
Oh, okay.
That just came out. That actually was the highest concurrent playing game on Steam ever.
Wow.
Second to CS:GO,
Whoa.
which is an FPS.
Love first player, man. You play first player too? What type of PC you got?
But I haven't indulged in the PC.
Yeah,
I just got a new PC and treated myself Christmas.
Congratulations,
I got
man.
the
What you got?
7900 XTX. It's like a $2,000 video card.
Ooh, NVIDIA what? What's your NVIDIA
No,
card?
it's ATI.
ATI card.
It's 7900 XTX and it's
I'm looking up 700 XTS. So let me look at that.
it's
GPS.
equivalent to the 4090 NVIDIA. Highest
Gotcha.
end you can get.
ATI.
And then I got a 79 XTX, 24 gig graphics card.
God, that's nice.
Yeah, it's huge.
I
It's
bet.
almost the size of a computer. I
Yeah.
can't believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Graphics cards now are huge.
They're like this, man.
They used to be like my phone kind of thing, but
Mhm.
now this graphics card was like, I need a whole tray to support this in my system. You need a
'Cause,
case
yeah.
big enough.
See, that's
It
the like
barely
that. See,
fit
that's
in
how
there.
it look right there, man. Bad boy's bad.
It's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah. And that card was what, $999 for the card?
No, it's a 15. It's like a 1,000, 1,200,
1,200 for the card just by
Is
itself.
that the 24 gig one you're looking at?
Yeah. Yep, 24 gig DVI. Yep.
It's $1,000 now?
They got it. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's gone down now. Yeah.
Oh, that's something else. Yeah, they all humming that said 999. They got an exit like Radeon too, because I have a Radeon, which is
Yeah, but my computer had been struggling
AMD.
playing games, and I was like, you know what? It's time. Let's spoil
oh
myself.
man, what was your frames per second?
I don't even know
Oh,
anymore.
more than about. You got
all
60.
I know,
Yeah,
all I know is I have the best.
All right.
It's the best you can buy.
Yeah, at this point, who
Any
cares?
game I download, it's going
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Wow, that's awesome, man. He's got the tower. I still got the laptop, so it's so
Oh, okay,
he got
okay.
more cooler.
Yeah,
He's probably got a
yeah,
nice
that's
cooler on his where he keep that
on.
nice
I
and cool.
got the lights flash and
Oh.
everything. Yeah. Water cooled, yes.
Oh, yeah.
They say
Yeah.
that's the best ones.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, that's what we nerds get right there, man. I'm proud to get one of those. Get me. How much total came to? 3,000?
So I robbed somebody on a Facebook Marketplace.
Uh-huh.
This young kid was selling his computer. He said he wanted to quit gaming. He wanted to focus on school. So I talked him down to I think 1,100,
Okay.
and that's as much as the graphics card cost.
Yeah. Oh.
But he had all these other components inside the machine that he just built it that were
Beautiful.
way more expensive than that. So
Mhm.
yeah, I gotta steal the deal, man. I was gonna build it myself, but I said, you know what? Let me just go out here and see if anybody's selling stuff for cheap. I lucked out. That's all I can say. I even asked the guy. I said, "Why you?" It's like, this computer looks brand new. Why are you getting rid of it? He's like, I need to focus on school.
Smart.
It's like, all this stuff in here is worth way more.
Yeah.
I got lucky because when I went to build my son's computer, because when I got mine, I was like, I can't just bring a gaming in here, and he has nothing.
How old is he?
He's 15.
Oh,
And
wonderful.
he built it himself.
Awesome.
Yeah. His computer came up to over $1,000 without the graphics card.
Oh, yeah. It's normal.
Without the graphics card. So I gave him my old graphics card, which is still pretty nice, 3060 GeForce.
What about his RAM? How much RAM?
He got 24 gig,
Beautiful.
DDR6.
Beautiful. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And what is about his chip? What kind of
He
CPU?
got this 12th gen Intel.
Oh, that's nice,
It was
too.
an i7.
Yeah.
No, i9.
Oh,
i9. Yeah,
okay.
i9. He's got better RAM and CPU than I got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Intel. I got AMD
Yeah, I
CPU.
love AMD too. Yeah, I got AMD.
But he's got Intel. Yeah, so his system specs are better than mine, but my graphics card is better than his.
What do you want to be, an engineer like us? Do you want to go to engineer?
I don't know, man. I don't know. He's into gaming. He has a mind where he likes to research things and look things up and read about it and figure out how it works on his own. So he's into designing levels and maps and games. He's used software like Blender, animation and
Oh
stuff.
wow. Wow.
Yeah, he's been doing that since.
Man, I wish
since
my
he-
kid was like that, man.
since
He
he was
already
8.
started at 15.
Since he was 8. No, you've been doing that since he was 8.
Oh, wow.
Very young. Yeah.
Well,
His
hey,
mom got
you
him a
know,
job now, and he's doing like kind of little warehouse work with his friend. It's fun. Little part-time little thing after school. But
he's already thinking about college right now. Where do you want to go? Has he thought about it yet?
he's still a kid, man.
You know, he 15.
He just turned 15.
Oh, okay.
They
So,
little kids working in the warehouse at 15?
yeah.
My wife's
Yeah.
HR. She got him a job. She's director of HR.
Oh, wow.
She got him a job there. Yeah.
Okay. What school she went to?
She got 2 degrees.
Oh, what school was plural?
She went to Kennesaw was the last
Oh, yeah.
one. And before I
Kennesaw.
met her, middle Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah. She got her first degree was bachelor's in biology, and then she went back to get a bachelor's in IT.
Oh.
So she did a little IT work for a little bit, but now she's a director of HR now.
All
So
right.
her career's been,
Going bless
all
and
over.
blessing, man.
yeah.
Wow, she an AK?
No, she was in the HBCU.
I mean, is she in any fraternity, sorority? I'm sorority, sorry.
No,
Sorry.
she never did join one.
Oh, wow.
She kind of grew up like I did.
Oh.
Here, at least in Woodstock, we're a minority.
Yeah.
So when I went to high school, me and my brother were the only black people in the entire high school.
I know that feeling, bro. I'm from Milledgeville, which is like a small town in middle Georgia. He's at Woodstock, so I know
She was
exactly.
in Woodstock growing up, and I know she had very few black people in her high school. She went to public high school, I went to private, so my high school senior class was like 17 people.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
It was
wild.
very small.
But that's a good school. I know it's expensive.
Private was expensive. You know, thank my mom for putting me through good schooling. So I guess it paid off in the end, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good thing. We went to Elon College.
So I started at Georgia State.
Okay, yeah.
I went
Stay
to Georgia
downtown.
State. Yeah, I was commuting on the transit right next to Georgia Tech. I lived at the dorms down there. Partied. I don't even say I partied. I will say that private school life and growing up was so sheltered that when I got to college and I was living in the dorms, it's like I could do whatever I wanted to do.
I feel it. Yeah, got to get it out your system for the very first
So
time.
I didn't go to school. I sat in my dorm and played video games all day. I didn't care about school. And
Yeah.
2 years later, I ended up flunking out of Georgia State. So then I had to go to community college, which was, what was the name of that? It wasn't Southern Polytech, but the other, Georgia Perimeter.
Okay.
I went to Georgia Perimeter, got my GPA back up, and then I got accepted into DeVry, where I finished my bachelor's. When I did that, I was like, I'm never doing school again. I hate school. Hate school. And then I got hired here, and then it's like school again.
There you go.
Literally, this is a school.
It is.
I'm a teacher now.
Yeah.
The last thing I thought I'd do.
Well, yes, it suits you out, man. It suits you really well.
Yeah, I try to keep it fun. Like I said, if I ever become a teacher, I'm not going to be like the other teachers that have I've sat in class with boring, monotonous, and dry. So like you got to get off tangent every now and again. You got to like talk about life, and then get back into teaching, and then take breaks and let the mind reset. I'll add a new folder here.
Yes, that's right.
Set 701.
Times.
Set 701.
Okay, so
I'm getting these PowerPoints. You can see how fresh this is. I'm literally copying the PowerPoints now. So I ain't gonna front. You guys are my first 701.
oh, congratulations! All right, man, we did it, brother. All right.
Promise to be
Was
proud.
always
I
a-
be the
it was
first.
the
I was the
first.
first, man. Yeah, I was like being the first anyway. Hey, so as we, it's good. Good to know. Oh, wow. So yeah, man, we're gonna pass it. I promise you. We're gonna be the first to get that cert. Shoot here. Yes.
No, I'm definitely not worried about that. I've already kind of seeing what's gonna probably be on the exam, so I have everything you guys will need. There we go.
Australia got my degree, and like I was telling you earlier, they did test out.
Mhm.
It wasn't, but it doesn't like translate for like real world.
Mhm.
So here I am doing
Test out for what?
Strayer is what? It's Strayer like University of
what do you-
Phoenix, right?
WGU?
I was Strayer, and then I was saying Strayer isn't accredited, but that was
It's not accredited?
No, that was somebody calling me trying to get me
Oh,
to
your
get some
line?
information. So basically,
Watch
yeah.
out for them schools, man.
Nah, it's accredited.
I'm glad.
I did a week of after she called me. I was like, "Oh." But I didn't get any certification. I didn't do a program like some programs you go to school and you get certification while you in there.
Yes.
At WGU.
Yes,
You know,
like WGU, which I'm jealous of. Because that was before I.
That was, and I used my post-9 GI bill, and I was like, this don't even make no sense, man. But next time, if I do go get my master's, I am going to go to WGU.
Yeah.
That's where all the military guys are going.
Oh, is that what it's going?
All of them are going to WGU.
Because I'm looking
You
for
can
another
finish college in
You can do it
6 months.
Honestly and truly,
Bachelor's.
you can pay somebody to do it, and you can get a degree. All you have to do is just take certification.
Yeah.
To be honest, God knows true.
It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy how easy school is now. I went back
Really?
to Hard Knocks. We actually had to go to class.
Yeah, me too.
And you get, if you don't make it to class, you get dinged.
Yep.
It's different.
Same here. I was in school OU for 5 years, and all that stuff I took, calc and all that stuff, I don't use no more.
You know.
But we had to go to 5 years of business administration just to get that little piece of paper. My search is what gives me a job now.
That's what,
It's all about these certs.
I can't honestly with a degree I can't really get I can't find a job.
Really?
Just a degree now.
No, so that's why I'm looking at. There's a school called Hurston University that teaches the CCNP collaboration because I'm in an enterprise voice, and they don't teach it here, but they do teach enterprise here, which is surprising. They don't teach the telephone part, but there's collaboration, SecOps and stuff. You might want to go security Cisco route if you're interested in it. I could tell you that they got a pretty good track record. So.
Speaking of Cisco route, my barber got my hair.
Oh, wow.
He went to HBCU. He did some stuff in college that he's ashamed of and got locked up for a couple of years.
Oh no.
So he had a bachelor's degree, and his life was getting ready to go here until he did what he did. When he came out, of course, all he could do is cut hair. So, we had a good relationship cutting hair, and I told him one day, and he kept on asking every time I come sit down, what do you do? I'm like, I'm IT. This is when I was actually doing IT. So I wasn't always a teacher. I was actually doing IT for like
You were help
15
desk too.
years.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's
Well, I graduated from help desk. I hated help desk, but my whole career path, I was trying to get off of help desk.
Yeah, you know.
Finally ended up being like a manager,
That's good.
hiring people in help desk and training them. But long story short, I said I'm going to get this new job and I'm going to get all these certifications. So if you're really interested in IT, how about you take the journey with me? He's like, all right, bet. So one of the fourth certifications I got was my CCNA, which I had been trying to get since college. Before I graduated college, I was supposed to have my CCNA, but procrastinate, right?
Yeah.
So finally, I was like, all right, now I'm in a place where I can study. I'm gonna get this cert. So I said, you get the cert with me. We're both gonna do it together. So this was back when CCNA was 2 exams,
Exactly.
right? 2
Yep.
parts.
Remember.
That was 1. And he passed the first one, took the second one. He failed by a couple points. I said, keep your head up, take it again. It's like, take a week, see where you messed up, and take it again. Took it again, and he passed by 1 point. He passed.
850.
But he passed.
Yeah.
Right? So he applied for his first job from a barber to his first job with no IT experience. They hired him making $90,000.
That's right.
Right?
Yep.
He kind of oversold himself, however, because at the position he was at, getting paid that much, which is a lot, he was expected to know a lot more than he really did.
Yeah.
He could talk the talk. You know how barbers can talk the talk.
But
So
walking
he
the walk is.
Yeah. So he was asking some questions where people were starting to scratch their head, like, why are you asking that? So he went. He got exposed. They let him go. He got another job. Long story short, 2019 to 2024 now. Well, in 2023, he was making $240,000.
Jesus.
Yeah, he had two remote jobs, networking. One was making 150, the other one was 90,000, making $240,000, right? From 2019 to 2023.
That's what I'm
So to say certs can't change your life, certs can 1,000% change your life.
And look, the great part about you just said, I got exposed when I got a job making 200, and then I did not know something that I should have known in Security Plus.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't have a Security Plus cert. And they expect me to have that. So it they let me go, which put me here. So I can understand what you're saying about your friend.
Yeah.
I can understand what you're saying.
Oh yeah.
He's right. It can change your
What is
life,
that,
man.
What is that, like, the covers?
CCNA?
Mm-hmm.
The 200-301? Oh, that's like the basic network router switch.
Basic networking router?
Yeah,
Okay.
switches, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's pretty no
And
fun.
then it goes up from there.
Definitely not basic.
I know I ain't basic, but,
Don't treat
but
me.
I don't treat you like that.
Don't
You probably want to get A plus first, A plus, M plus. Yeah, you want to go depth.
Yeah, CCNA compared to this class.
Yeah,
that's night and day.
he's right. He's right.
It's night and day, man.
Yeah, back in the day when I took it, 2012, it was like he said 2 tests.
Yeah.
And then they had the MP. Then I'm trying to get my CCIE because every time they keep changing the test, I got to recertify every 3 years, as you
Yeah.
know. And so it's like I wanted that final brass
So
ring.
now CCNA you don't have to.
Right.
CCNA has CEUs. So you can actually use the CEUs
That's true.
to renew your cert.
Yeah. So, but if you could be like my Indian brothers, man, them boys study all night, all day, every week.
But that's what somebody was saying, that the other groups other than us, they study in groups.
Oh yeah.
They like the Asian,
Especially over in India.
They,
Oh,
they study
yeah.
in big groups, and that
Oh, yeah.
increase their studies as well.
Yes.
Like every 4, 5, 10 people study.
Because you're working together on your rack and
Yeah,
it switches.
y'all
Yeah.
feed on each other.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's kinda all
Yeah.
we are.
They don't have racks here, do they? Do they have racks we can rent?
No.
Switches, routers. Okay.
No.
Okay.
This is a school. In
Okay.
theory, most of the stuff we do here is in theory.
Okay.
When we do get to like the CCNA, we use Packet Tracer.
Oh, okay.
Or Marcus, he's a CCI geek,
Oh,
guy.
wow.
He uses the program that I don't like.
It's probably Bureau. It's probably Bureau,
No.
BRL, or what's
It's another emulator.
something. Oh God, I know Bureau's what's
Cisco.
the Cisco. Yeah, man. There's a school called Hurston University that teaches CCNA, and they have the racks and the switches in the room. So instead of you buying all the $1,000 equipment like I did and
Yeah.
keep in your
GNS
basement.
3 and
Yes,
EV,
sir. Yes.
EVNG.
Do
Yes,
they
sir.
should do it?
Oh, this costs like $3,000 for that class. If you want to pay for it at a
How
GI
long is it?
bill, I mean, it's Hurston, HERSTING. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So, like I said, you guys are on the first
Okay.
class, so we're gonna do it like this. Chapter 1, page 2 in our book.
Gotcha.
It talks about information security. So here we're defining this what's called the CIA triad. CIA triad is this thing called confidentiality, integrity, availability. It means that in order for us to have a secure network, things need to be private, secret. That's what confidentiality means. Integrity means things need to be mitigating against modifying. We don't want people going into our data and changing files or folders or structures of data. So we want data that's truthful. We want data that's honest. We want data that's not been modified. And availability, obviously, when I go to work, I want to be able to work. So power's got to be up. That's availability. Internet's got to be up. That's availability. And if any of those go down, then we have what's called redundancy. We have a backup. The redundancy is having just a secondary power, secondary internet circuit, secondary router, secondary switch, a cluster of servers. So if one server goes down, we have fault tolerance. We fail over to another server. So having all three means that we have a secure environment. If any of these three get compromised, that means we don't have a secure environment. Right? That's when we have incidents, and that's why we all have jobs.
Exactly.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Exactly.
Computer's favorite word is non-repudiation. Non-repudiation means that somebody cannot repudiate that they were the ones who committed some type of action. For example, right? Ricky breaks into the database center, steals a laptop. Company comes over the next day and says, "Hey, Ricky, were you in the database center stealing the laptop?" He says, "No." Right? He's repudiating. He's saying that he didn't do it. But non-repudiation is a mechanism that says he cannot repudiate, meaning that, well, sorry, you can say whatever you want to say, but we got you on film. The camera offers non-repudiation, Right? Camera says he cannot say he didn't do it because the camera offers the ability for him to not repudiate. Logs also offer non-repudiation, right? Or anything that can identify that person who did something. Your cat cards, they provide non-repudiation. You can't say it wasn't you on a computer because it was your cat card plugged into that machine with your PIN number. You did it.
Email too?
Email, yeah, we have something called a digital signature, but sometimes emails can be spoofed. So the thing with emails is not typically an example that I would typically use that would offer non-repudiation. But we try with digital signatures and emails.
Okay.
But they're easy to spoof. So far, these slides look exactly like the slides in 601. This is identical. Like this hasn't even changed from 601. What we have here is something called Cybersecurity Framework. Let me do this for you guys real quick. Let me get y'all's email and info sheet. Sorry. Let me get y'all's email so I can send you a info sheet to fill out. Should have done it this morning. It's just so that when you guys get ready to take the exam, what you're going to fill out in your info sheet is your personal information. Right? You guys aren't military. Military, they always like use their government information. So you guys just use Gmail, Hotmail, and give me a second here to put my BCC on here. I see you guys taking a lot of notes, so I want to make this easy for you guys. I'm going to send you notes. You guys can stop writing.
I learned by writing.
You
So
learned by writing?
my mind can memorize that
Wow,
dots.
I memorize
That's
it
so
by
military
writing.
way, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you don't write it down, you can't remember.
Sometimes I don't feel that people are
I'm
able
kinesthetic,
to
I guess what they call
pay
it.
attention because they're writing down so much stuff.
Oh.
And then when I'm saying
I
stuff,
hear
I'll
your
ask them
logic.
like 5 minutes later, and they won't even know a question,
Because they're writing
an
so
answer
much.
because they're writing. They weren't listening.
So
They were too
balance
busy
between the two.
writing.
I got you.
When I went to school, I always asked the
We'll do
teacher,
both.
That's how you learn. That's how you learn. I mean,
is what you
Yeah.
saying gonna be on the test or whatever?
Well, they
is in
give
the
us,
book?
kinesthetic, auditory. What is it called? He was talking about auditory learning. Hearing it versus signing it. I don't know if-
I try to teach with all the senses. It's funny you say that. Some people learn by reading. Some
Yeah.
people learn by lecturing. Some people learn by doing or seeing. Teach with all the senses. Where the heck is this button? All right, I'm sorry, you guys are going to see each other's email. I don't know.
Oh, it's okay. I'm not
where my
afraid.
BCC
You
is.
got my email. My email should be in there.
All right. What's your email?
Yeah, BISHOP Bishop.
I haven't emailed you yet. Kathy has.
Yes,
Bishop what?
BLUE.
BU.
BLB Bravo Lima Echo Uniform 1914. So it's Bishop Blue 1914 at Gmail. All one word, no space.
Yeah, let me go ahead and zoom in because my mind's working slow right now.
Ah,
I didn't get nothing you said, bro.
That's there's BLU instead of that U there. Take the U out after the L, and take the U after the E's. Reverse those E's and U's. But it's just like the color blue, like blue my jacket color.
Bishop Blue 1914
Yeah, so Bishop Blue 1914, like the color blue.
at Gmail.
But you gotta fix that blue though. There's there right there. That's me. No, it's
Blue,
it's
blue,
BLUE.
blue.
You have BULE like boule. Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
I got you. I'm with you.
Yeah. That's it.
Ricky Shepherd at hotmail.com.
I got that. 2 P's.
Yeah.
You make it all difficult. BL 1994 9.
It's I'm a fraternity
I was
bro.
like,
Talking
two
about,
hours.
man.
I thought he knew because he went to college. I figured he knew his fraternities and
I
stuff.
cannot follow what you
I was
saying,
spitting
man.
a little ooze.
I thought he was an alpha. To be honest with you, I thought he was an alpha. One of my friends is an alpha, just like him. So I see him
Oh,
an alpha. Yeah.
It's all good. All right. So let me do this. I'm going to zoom out. So the first one you can probably just fill it out on your phone.
Okay.
It's the info sheet. When it asks for like the test date and the location, you
Right
guys
here.
can put NA. You
Oh,
don't have
NA?
to fill
Okay.
out the test date or test location. All right. So this is the info, Control F. Then I said I'm gonna give you guys my notes. So let me
Yeah,
add that
cool.
here.
I think I'm gonna try to take that test ASAP because he's giving me some good vibes here, man. If I
Yeah.
just grind hard,
Yeah.
go to my short term, then you write the exam, dump it,
I was thinking about buying
and then
another-
meditate it later.
I need another study that's that's a little small. I need a new environment.
I feel
like
you.
a cleaner environment.
Yeah. Because he seems to be like, he's really caring. Last teacher I had, she was like throwing it out there, boring, didn't care. She was just doing her job and didn't care about us.
I know about that doing your job. The funny thing is, this doesn't feel like a job to me, guys.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't. Like I was telling Henry before you came in here, I was like, my job is that I travel around the world. I mean, how does that feel like work? If
I know, right?
If you're
Around
living
the
your
world.
life. I was literally in Alaska last week in 2 feet of snow, right?
Wow.
Driving in an all-wheel drive car, skidding all drifting on
Ain't
the
that
parking
cool?
lot,
God, that's on the chain.
snowboarding, looking at reindeer, bears,
Mm.
right? And literally, I have more stuff to look forward to this year. I think I might be, cross my fingers, in Guam and Germany.
Oh man, how you leaving your wife like that, boss? That's
She
crazy.
don't like to fly, and marriage ain't what it is. You know, it kind of fell apart over the years. So,
Oh.
you know, I'm still gonna live my life though.
Mm.
Gonna live my life. Notes. 601 notes. You get your Sims, and you get the practice exam. So I'm gonna show you guys how to use that too. Yeah, this is everything you need. So we're gonna finish lecture 1, then I'm gonna show you guys how to use, alright, sent that to you.